Yeah, great.
So I think we should start now.
Yeah, recording is
Am I
started.
audible? I'm audible.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, so I think we should start. Good evening, everyone. I am Abhishek Ojha, Secretary of Sundarbans House, and your host for today's session. Today, we have a very special guest who shows the power of knowledge and dedication in the field of technology. From contribution to top tier organizations to co-founding an educational institute, he has made significant progress in the world of machine learning. His journey is a testament of what one can achieve with the passion and hard work. So, our speaker for this evening is none other than Mr. Sachin Mittal, sir. Mr. Sachin Mittal, sir, is a co-founder of Go Classes, an innovative educational platform. He has also served as applied scientist at Amazon and a researcher at Xerox Lab. With an M.Tech from IISc Bangalore, his expertise spans both the theoretical and practical realms of machine learning. So, without a further ado, let's give a warm virtual welcome to Sachin Mittal, sir.
Thank you so much, Abhishek and Mannu, for having me. So this is really a nice of you guys that you invited us for this particular presentation. And yes, so today, as you said, like we will talk about more about machine learning and how much important machine learning is for Gate DA or vice versa. So yes, many things we will talk about the machine learning, and hopefully it will clear few of the confusions that aspirants are having, or I mean either they're Gate D aspirants or they are machine learning enthusiasts. So for both of them, this session will be very much helpful. So thank you for both of you to for having me for this particular session.
Yes. Okay, so just a small promotion, right? So like these all sessions have been already done, right? You can just watch them on our Sundarbans YouTube channel. We did this particular session on 20th of July, right? At again 7 p.m. and the recording has been uploaded on Sundarbans YT channel. This particular session is going on, right? And at the same time, just after the topic, once the topic is over, you are free to ask any question, right? We will allow you to ask your questions by raising your hands until the topic is going on. What you can do is we are going to open the Q&A box, and you can just submit your questions in the Q&A box. Like if it's if it's quite relevant to the current topic or the current minute or second, right? If sir is describing something, so you can just ask the same question in message box, right? But if it's like some general question or something like that, you can just like you have to do this, submit the question in Q&A box. Okay, so this particular session, series is Gate series. We are going to do all these topics, right? On 20th, we just did like register session, and it was really nice. We all were in the session. Today is 22nd of July. Sachin sir is taking the session, and tomorrow his co-founder Deepak sir will be having this topic, right?
Go
And at
Yeah.
the
classes.
same time, on 24th of July, we'll be having a session on Nirma, right? Okay, so these but all sessions series are going on, like replacement series, gate series, and toppers. And again, as Abhishek said, we'll be going to have a series on cat. Okay, great. Okay, so for everything, you just need to follow us on our socials. This is our YT channel, and like you will get all these things, all these details in the message box as well. Like it will be pinned, and follow us on our Insta, right, on LinkedIn to get all the social sites of our speaker, right? Everything is there, and again our website. Yeah, thanks. So yeah, you
So,
can
over to
continue.
you, sir. Please, let's start today's session.
Yeah. Okay. Should I share my screen? Can I
Yeah,
present
yeah,
it?
sure. Yeah, sure, sure.
Okay. Okay.
Guys, feel free to use the emoji box, right? Whenever you like the something, if you want to clap or you just want to share the heart, right? So just try to use the maximum use, right? Yeah.
Okay. Just a second. I'm sharing my screen.
Recordings will be uploaded by tomorrow itself, right? So in case you miss some part, you can see, you can watch the recording. Yes.
Okay, so I hope it is visible. Let me just zoom it little bit. Okay. So as yeah, okay. Is everything fine? Like my audio and video, like my screen is visible, quite fine, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Yes,
it's
sir.
fine.
Okay, okay, great. Thanks for confirming. Now let's just get started. So today, as Manu and Abhishek mentioned, that we will deep dive into Gate DA, and particularly we will talk about machine learning and Gate DA, and I mean, what are the significance of machine learning in Gate DA and vice versa. So let's just get started with this particular session. So welcome all of you to the session. And before I go further, let me just introduce myself, that who I am, and because it will give you more credibility to listen this session, that okay, am I eligible enough to talk about the things or not. So let's just have the quick introduction. So I'm Sachin Mittal, and I am co-founder and instructor at Go Classes. And as it is written here, that I have finished my masters from IISc Bangalore in 2017 to 2019. And also I have got AIR 33 in Gate Computer Science. And I have worked at Amazon as an applied scientist. I have also worked at Xerox Labs as a researcher. Okay, so this is my brief intro about the companies that I have worked in, and also about the post graduation from where I did my post graduation. So as you can see that quite my background was related to machine learning only, because at Amazon I was working in machine learning, because this applied scientist profile is highly coupled with machine learning. So most of the work, or I can say all of the work there at Amazon in this particular profile, applied scientist profile, is related to machine learning only. Similarly, at Xerox Labs also I have worked as a researcher. So there also my work was related to machine learning, to develop different models and to test them on the real data set. In the sense that how it is useful, my models are useful for the company or for the lab. Okay. So before I go further, let me also talk about the Go classes, because the first line here itself says Go classes, so it makes sense to talk about Go classes in just a few seconds. So let's just quickly talk about Go classes, and then we will come to the topic, that how machine learning and Gate D are coupled with each other. So as you can see this image, this is a image of Go classes student in this is IISc building. Most of you guys might be familiar about this building. This is one of the, I can say, iconic building of IISc. So this is quite popular building, I can say. Most of you guys might know about this building, right? So how many of you have seen this picture before? I mean, at least this building. You can just thumbs up. Okay. So most of you guys, right? So these are the Go classes students. This is just one picture. This is some good picture, so I have just posted it here. So about the Go classes, I can say that today, like I can confidently say that for almost all IITs, including IISc, you will be finding many Go classes students. For example, currently at IISc, there are more than 15 students that are studying in the they have they passed their first year, but now they are in second year. So in the second year, there are more than 15 students currently from IISc, from Go classes in IISc. Similarly, this year also we are sending, okay, the similar kind of like 15 plus students to IISc and different IITs. So overall you can say that there are more than 25 students that Go classes has produced in top 100 as course enrolled students. Okay. So these are the few examples. For example, in Gate CSE, we have produced AIR1. He was course enrolled student, Piyush Kumar. Sorry, this is typo. This is Priyanshu. I forgot to type it. So this is Priyanshu. So Priyanshu is AIR2 in Gate CSE. He was our test series enrolled student, and all of them are course enrolled, including AIR1. For example, at 16, 17, 21, 24, 26. So there are many students that are already we have produced this year under 100. So these are just few of the examples. So by the way, before I go further into the topic, I just like to know that how many of you have heard about Go classes before? Okay, so how many of you have heard about Go classes before? Okay, where is the chat? Let me just see. Okay, so few of you people have heard about the Go classes already, right? Great. So you guys might be knowing about it now. For Gate DA also, like we have produced similar number of toppers, but it was the very first exam that has happened last year, so that's why not much people have were aware about this exam, and also not much people appeared for this exam. So these are the four ranks that we have produced last year in course and all, because there were not much awareness about that exam last year. But this year people are preparing for Gate DA very aggressively, very you can say very dedicatedly. Okay, about the gate, you people might already be knowing that gate is one examination for the higher education, for the postgraduate programs, and also it is one examination that can give you jobs in directly PSUs and in other sectors also, right? So you can write gate in your BTech or in your BE third year, which means that either you are in third year or you are in fourth year, you can write gate examination. Eligibility criteria I just discussed, that you are a third year student or higher years, then you can write this examination. Now let's just jump to Gate DA, and particularly we will be jumping to this particular section, machine learning and AI. Right, so Gate DA has different subjects. For example, probability and statistics, linear algebra, calculus, programming and data structures, database warehousing, and machine learning and AI. So these are the subjects which are there in Gate DA. Okay, so if you count these subjects, these are three and three, six plus one, seven subjects are there, right? So probability itself is one subject there. Linear algebra is one subject, in the sense that, like in Gate CSE, if you compare with the Gate CSE, then they are calling these three subjects just like a one subject. Okay, in Gate CSE, but in Gate DA, these are the different subjects. Okay, these three are different subjects. For example, if you talk about, I took this screenshot from latest website, Gate 2025 website. If you talk about their official voucher for the syllabus, then you can see that probability and statistics is separate subject, linear algebra is separate subject, similarly calculus is separate subject, and so on, right? Okay, so these are the separate subjects in Gate DA, like probability, linear algebra, calculus, right? And for today we will mostly talk about Gate DA, and particularly we will talk about machine learning and AI, these two subjects. Okay, so this syllabus, as you can see here, is a vast syllabus, right? I mean, this machine learning has almost all the topics. If you are a little bit aware about the machine learning, then you can see that that it is covering supervised learning and unsupervised learning also. I mean, if you are familiar about it, then it is good. Otherwise, that's fine. I mean, you don't need to worry about the technical details of it. So you just listen. What I'm saying is that that this syllabus itself is very exhaustive, in the sense that it is covering almost all the basic plus intermediate machine learning concepts, which means if you're talking about the advanced concept, or maybe if you talk about the deep learning concept with respect to NLP, natural language processing, or with respect to computer vision, then it is not covering it, but it is definitely covering the all the basics plus intermediate topics, right? Okay, now before I go further about the machine learning particularly, let me just tell you one division of the questions that they have asked this year. For example, like there has been just one exam till now for Gate DA. So in Gate DA, as you can see that there are how many subjects? There are 6 7 subjects, right? But it doesn't mean out of these subjects, it doesn't mean that machine learning is the only important subject. Okay, so we will talk about machine learning for sure, but before even I talk about machine learning, I don't want to sell this as a subject, which means that I just like to emphasize one thing, that all subjects are equally important. Would you like to guess something? Would you like to guess? Let's suppose there are 65 questions they have asked this year, right? Out of 65 questions, 10 questions are definitely aptitude questions, 55 questions are definitely this technical questions, right? Okay, would you like to guess that out of this 55, what might be the ratio of the questions of linear algebra? For example, if I just ask you that what do you think, how many questions they might have asked from linear algebra, how many questions they might have asked from probability? Any guesses? Any random guess, whatever is coming to your mind, just let me know. So how many questions you think they might have asked from linear algebra? How many questions you think they might have asked from probability or machine learning? Any random guess will suffice. Okay. Okay. So some people are saying 15. 15 is a number for linear algebra, right? You can just write the subject LA. If you're talking about the linear algebra, then you can just write LA. Okay. So you're talking about linear algebra, right? Okay. LA 15. Somebody is saying LA 15. Somebody is saying LA 10, like that, right? Great. Now let me just reveal this. That how many questions they have asked from LA, how many questions they have asked from probability, and so on, right? From probability, they have asked this year 10 questions, from linear algebra 6 questions, from calculus and optimization 5 questions, data structures 10 questions, Python 3 questions, database 4 questions, machine learning 10 questions, AI 7 questions, and aptitude 10 questions, right? Now you can see this machine learning is definitely important. I mean, you can see that it is the one of the most important, but at the same time you can see it is not the only important subject, right? It's not like that if you know the machine learning as a subject, then you can directly crack gate exam without knowing other subject, or the other way also, which means that if you don't know machine learning, then also doesn't imply that you can't crack gate examination, gate DA, right? So which means it is important, but it is not the only important subject. Okay, so if you are thinking to prepare for gate DA, then my first piece of advice is that you should prepare all of the subjects, with the equal attention. Don't just ignore probability, don't just ignore data structures, don't just ignore, for example, database warehousing, don't just ignore AI. Now in AI, basically, there is one topic called propositional logic, which is also common to discrete mathematics and computer science. Do you know about the propositional logic? How many of you heard about this topic, propositional logic? From this propositional logic, out of 7 questions, I think they have asked 3 to 4 questions from this propositional logic only. So AI was actually quite easy. Okay, this particular subject was quite easy. Okay, so anyway, this is the subject wise division of the question in gate DA 2024 examination, right? Okay, now let's just talk about gate DA score acceptance. So most of the people have this doubt that which IITs are accepting this score, or IISc is accepting this score or not, like that. So let me just tell you that almost all the IITs and IISc accept gate DA score now, but there are only few IITs which is dedicated branch for M.Tech for machine learning. For example, IIT Madras definitely has dedicated branch for machine learning, right? I mean, for they have their M.Tech program in machine learning or data science, right? IIT Madras has, IISc has. So there are only few institutes that are dedicated M.Tech program for machine learning, but at the same time, almost all the IITs and IIScs are accepting gate DA score. So what does this mean? It means that if they're accepting this score, then they're allowing you to, for example, there is a program M.Tech in general computer science, right? M.Tech in CS. So for this particular program, they're allowing gate CS also, right, and gate DA also for this particular program. But only few, like for example, IIT Madras and IISc, only few of the institute have dedicated M.Tech in ML. Is this point clear to everyone? So gate DA is becoming popular. It's not like that it's something which is very much hidden. Okay, gate DA is becoming popular in the sense that if you want to do post graduation, then this is one of the very good option. If you want to do post graduation, especially in machine learning, then this is the best option, right? Now let's just talk about gate DA and machine learning. What do I mean by that? See, let's just go to the syllabus of machine learning in gate DA. So this is the syllabus. Is this visible to everyone? I hope this is visible, right? So in this syllabus, as you can see that there are many topics which are listed here. Now, how many of you have ever prepared for any competitive examination? For example, maybe you might have prepared for IIT JEE, or you might have prepared for some other examination. Maybe you might have tried gate D itself. Maybe you might have tried gate CSE. Anyone here who has prepared for some examination, some competitive examination? Okay, okay. So some of you, right? Some of you have definitely prepared for some competitive examination. So what do you think that this competitive examination brings to you? Definitely it bring a lot of hard work. It requires a lot of hard work, right? I mean, if you're prepared seriously, then you know this. So it definitely requires a lot of hard work. Any competitive examination. At the same time, your concepts must be very much clear to crack that examination, right? So what do I mean to convey here is that this machine learning syllabus is in gate da syllabus. This machine learning slide that I'm currently presenting is in gate da syllabus. So if you study the syllabus, and if you study the syllabus, and if you prepare, I mean dedicatedly, if you prepare seriously, then obviously you are going to get all of this very nicely. I mean, it's like that you will be knowing every here and there of each and every topic. For example, if there's a topic called linear regression, then you should be knowing after preparing for gate da. Okay, if you talk about, let's suppose, if you talk about a simple topic, linear regression, you might have heard about this topic. How many of you have heard about this topic, linear regression? How many of you have heard about this topic? Let me know. Okay, great. Some of you have heard about this topic, some of you might not have heard about this topic. It's not an issue. Like, we are not discussing any technical aspect. I'm just telling you one thing is that if you prepare, okay, if you prepare, let's not even talk about the whole machine learning. If you prepare, let's suppose, linear regression for gate da. Okay, I mean, if you prepare for gate da and you happen to prepare for linear regression, just one topic, let's suppose, then since it is a competitive examination, this is a national level examination, then definitely you have to study in depth, or you can just study, with the shallow understanding. And can you crack this gate? Is it possible to clear any good examination with just shallow understanding? Obviously no, right? So if you are preparing for gate da, then automatically, for example, this linear regression will be covered by you very nicely, and that too very much good depth. So if you, let's suppose, prepare for gate da, then this whole machine learning syllabus will be covered by you in very good depth. Okay, in extremely good depth. So for example, here you can see simple linear regression is one of the topic, right? Multiple linear regression is another topic, ridge regression, logistic regression, k nearest neighbors. Similarly, like, there are many other topics. For example, naive Bayes, lda, linear discriminant analysis, support vector machine, decision tree, like that, right? So all of these topics are extremely important for machine learning. And if you study for gate da, then automatically you will be knowing all of this topic in very good depth. So you can say that if you want to become machine learning engineer, okay, ml engineer, then also, right, then also gate da for you. Okay, some of you might not be convinced with me, right? I mean, for machine learning engineer, why we are preparing for gate da? Suppose you are not convinced enough. You are not convinced enough because of one thing. You know what? There is a common myth around the interview preparation, or around the industry. So what is the common myth? Do anyone want to talk about the common myth? See, the common myth around the interview preparation is that in the interviews they will ask you for the projects. See, the common myth is that they will ask you for the project. Like, this is the common myth, that we want to do projects only, right? And theory is not important. How many of you think about it, that that this is reality? And no one asks theory in the interviews. So some of you might be thinking that if we, let's suppose, even if we prepare for this particular syllabus, suppose we know all of this mathematics in very good depth, how it is going to help us to crack any interview? No, it's not like that. See, in interviews, let me just tell you one thing. In interview, they will rigorously focus on mathematics, they will rigorously focus on theory. So this is completely a false statement, that no one is going to ask you theory, we only want to do project or something like that. This is completely false statement. Let me just tell you that I have already worked at Amazon, as I mentioned previously, that as an applied scientist. So this applied scientist role is one of the prestigious role at Amazon, which means that I can say that, most of the M.Tech graduated freshers are aspiring for this particular role, because because this is one of the highest paying job in India for machine learning profile. So that's why many of the student, or many of the people try for this particular job. So I have worked there, and what I why I'm emphasizing on this is because when I was appearing for the interviews, then they were highly and highly focused on the theory of machine learning, and they were very less interested in any project or something. I mean, they were interested, but they were more interested in the theory or the mathematics. That's what I can say. Can you guess that why they were more interested in the theory, or why they were more interested in the mathematics? Can you guess why that was the case? And it's not just Amazon. It's not just Amazon. It is about all the companies. So, any guesses that why they are focusing on the theory much? Because they know that if your theory is clear, if your mathematics is clear for machine learning, then automatically you can learn implementation. See, implementation is not a big deal. The big deal is to understand the mathematics behind topics like linear regression, topics like LDA, topics like PCA, topics like support vector machine, topics like knife based classifier. So the mathematics is very important. Okay. So I hope this common myth is clear to everyone, that in interviews they are not going to focus on only on the projects or something like that. They are definitely going to rigor you in the mathematics. They will give you a marker, and they will ask you to write the mathematics on the board. That's all. I mean, if you can impress them with the mathematics, then you're hired. That is a logo, or that is a slogan in you can say machine learning interviews. Okay. So I hope this particular common myth is clear to everyone, that they will only focus on the project or something. Yes, project will definitely be helpful. I'm not saying that they're not helpful or something like that, but if you can't answer them, for example, if they ask you some linear regression question, for example, in linear regression there's a there's something called as noise. Okay. If you can't answer them that this noise is Gaussian distributed, what is the Gaussian, and how does this work, what is the Gaussian distribution, if you can't answer them mathematics, they will not hire you. At least good companies. Okay. I mean, for very fresher level companies, if they're offering, let's suppose, 5 to 6 LPA, then they might focus on the implementation. They might focus on the development part. But if it is good company like Amazon or any other product based company, then they will definitely ask you a lot of questions from machine learning theory. Okay. Just for an instance, that let me just share you that what they have asked from my interview, when I appeared for the interview at Amazon. Then what they have asked, so let me just tell you, they have asked the questions, almost all the questions from this particular syllabus only. Which means, yes, they have definitely asked something like related to deep learning. They have definitely asked something related to more about the neural networks and more about the NLP and these things. But I can say that 60% of the things, or maybe 60 to 70% of the things, they have asked from this syllabus only. And if you can study this syllabus in very very good depth, then automatically you are eligible to get job into such product based companies. Right. I'm not saying that you will get into Amazon, because they might have their eligibility criteria, that they might require masters or something. But yes, if there's some startup, like there are many startup, like for example, one of the startup that is coming in top of my mind is there is one startup called Observe. Okay. Observe.ai. This particular startup offer almost equivalent to Amazon. Okay, almost equivalent to Amazon, and they don't have the criteria, at least to best of my knowledge, they don't have the criteria for that you should be doing masters or something like that. Okay. I mean, if you are, even if you're a BSc, even if you're B.Tech, but your concepts are clear, then they will hire you, and they will pay you as good as Amazon, almost as good as Amazon. So I hope what I'm trying to say is clear to everyone, that if you study this particular syllabus very nicely, then you are eligible to get job directly. Okay. So finally the conclusion is that it's a win-win situation. Which means that if you're prepared for gate DA, then this gate DA preparation is win-win for any aspiring ML engineer. For example, if you successfully crack gate D examination, then you will obviously enjoy the perks. What are the perks for successfully cracking the gate DA? You will be getting admission to top IITs like IIT Madras, IISc, like that, right? Top IITs. Or if you want, you can continue doing whatever you are doing, and if you want, you can make use of this score after 1 or 2 years, because the score is valid for 3 years, right? So you will be definitely getting very nice perks if you are cracking the exam. This is not hidden to everyone. This is, I think, everyone knows about it, right? That if you crack the exam, you will be getting admission to top IITs or ISc. But let's just talk about the other aspect of it, that most of the student doesn't even focus. What is the other aspect? If you don't pass, will this be wasteful? What do you think? Okay, just think about it, that if you don't crack gate D examination, do you think the whole preparation is just waste? Just let me know, what are your thoughts? Do you think that your whole preparation will be waste if you don't crack gate D examination? Suppose you prepare for it for 6 to 7 months, and if you don't crack it, then do you think your preparation will be waste? Then answer is a big no. Why? Because I already answered it, that if you, even if you don't pass, the rigorous preparation will strengthen your machine learning knowledge, making you more proficient in your machine learning job. Okay, is this okay to everyone? So it's a win-win situation. It's, see, let me just tell you on a contrary, let me just tell you, give you the example of, some other exam. For example, let's suppose you talk about cat, and you are a technical person, okay, a tech guy, which means you ultimately want to do job in IT. Okay, job in IT field. Either you are going to be a software developer, or you are going to be a machine learning engineer, whatever. But ultimately, let's suppose you are a person who is a tech guy. Let's suppose you are a person who is a tech guy. Okay, now suppose you prepare for cat. If you crack it, if you crack it, will you be enjoying the perks? Definitely, this is the best situation. But suppose you don't crack it. Okay, you don't crack it, then will you be enjoying the perks? Maybe there are perks, but is this cat preparation going to help you in your machine learning job? Is this cat preparation going to help you in your HD job? Does this have data structures in the syllabus? Does this have, for example, machine learning in the syllabus? Then obviously no, right? I mean, it might be useful for some other for some other purpose. If you don't crack, then this knowledge might be useful for some other purpose, but definitely not as useful as gate DA for your IT job. Do you agree with this? How many of you agree with this? That if you crack gate DA, right, then you are going to definitely get the perks. If you, even if you don't crack, then also it's a win situation, because this exhaustive syllabus is there, that is making you so much powerful that you will be having a strong weapon in your hand, and then you can appear for almost all the interviews. If they call you, you will be able to crack it. That much significance this gate DA syllabus has. See see everything is there in this slide. In this slide, everything is there. Whatever is there, this is, I mean, what I mean to say, that whatever they are going to ask, right, mostly this will fall in this syllabus. And if you're preparing for gate DA, then automatically your all of this concept are going to be so much sharper. The interviewer will be extremely and extremely impressed by you. Okay, so that is why I asked some of you people, that how many of you have prepared already for any competitive examination? Because you know that if you prepare for any competitive examination, then you have to study hard. You have to make your basics so clear that if someone asks you any cross question, then you will be able to answer, right? So if you prepare for gate DA, and suppose by chance if you don't crack it, then also you are eligible enough to crack any interview which is at the fresher level. Do you get it? Okay. Okay, so this much significance I can say that gate DA bring to you. See, this is a very powerful slide which is saying that it's a win-win situation, because there may be other examination, for example, CAT or maybe UPSC. They might be useful for some other aspect. I'm not saying that if you don't crack, then this knowledge won't be useful. This might be useful, but may not be useful for this person who is going to do job in IT. May not be useful for this person. Okay, if you don't crack it. So that's why this gate DA is very powerful examination. Now, let me just tell you what is the industry standard for M.Tech graduates. For example, if you do your masters from top IIT or maybe from IISc, then how much some company is going to pay you? Would you like to guess it? Because there are some questions that are there. For example, Sujit has asked this question, that how much Amazon pay. But do you like to guess it before I reveal it? How much? Let me just ask you the question, that how much Amazon applied scientist get as a salary Any guesses? Just tell me per month. Okay, let's not get into the mathematics of CTC. Let's not just get into the mathematics of base. This is CTC, these are the perks. Let's just talk very straightforward. Per month, how much you are going to get in your account after the tax deduction? My question is that after tax deduction per month, how much you are going to get in your account? So that's going to be, at my time it was somewhere around 2.5 lakhs or something, but I don't know if they have little bit increased it or not. I think they have increased it a little bit, but even if you consider, okay, they have not increased much, then also it must be 2.5 lakhs per month, and that too after tax deduction, which means you can completely enjoy this money. You don't need to pay even a single penny after this. Okay, you can completely enjoy this money fully. This much amount, that's what you're going to get in your bank account every month, per month. Okay, so this is industry standard now, right? So definitely get DH worth it, because it will enable you to do masters from top IITs or ISc. Or even if you don't crack it, then also there are many companies, like maybe Amazon is having the eligibility criteria, maybe some companies are having eligibility criteria for M.Tech graduates, but there are many companies, like I told you, Observe.ai, and there are many companies, Eightfold.ai. There are many startups, I can say, that are paying equivalent to or maybe some startups are paying more than Amazon, even equivalent to Amazon or more than Amazon, and they do not have any eligibility criteria. Okay, great. So I hope this industry standard is clear to everyone, because this obviously this works as a motivation for most of us, right? Is there any question here? Okay, you can. Should I be unmuting you, or you can type your question in the comment box? Okay. So you are asking, can I give GATE CSE for M.Tech CSE, but my core branch is EC? Yes, even if your branch is EC, you can definitely opt for GATE CSE or GATE DA. Okay, you can definitely opt for one of this. Yes. So you can type your questions and just let me know. Okay. Now, how to prepare for GATE DA, right? I mean, I have talked about the perks for GATE DA. I've talked about the syllabus. I've talked about significance of machine learning in GATE DA. I've talked about significance of machine learning. I mean, GATE DA machine learning, like whatever the syllabus of machine learning in GATE DA in the industry, that how that GATE DA syllabus of machine learning can help you to get the job directly, right? I've talked about, I think, most of the things. Now, let's just talk about that, how to prepare for this GATE DA. So there are definitely free resources. For example, we have linear algebra free at Go classes. If you want, you can just explore this YouTube playlist. There are more than 60 videos. So there are two playlists. The one is the playlist for GATE CSE. One is the playlist for GATE DA. Linear algebra for GATE DA complete course. Okay. So this, just remember, this is a GATE DA channel. Go classes for GATE DA channel. At this channel, you will be, if you seeing the playlist, then you will be seeing more than 60 videos. This playlist is covering almost not almost, actually this is covering all the topics for GATE DA linear algebra. So you will be enjoying this particular series for sure, and you can just write your feedback in the one of the comment section once you start watching the lectures, right? Because I know you will be enjoying the series. So if you want to prepare for linear algebra, then you can prefer this series. Let's suppose you want to explore other free resources, okay, for GATE DA. Then for machine learning, there are many resources, but I found this particular playlist quite good. And there is also one more professor from IIT Madras itself. So this Valaraman Ravindran, he is also from IIT Madras, and there is one more popular professor. Do you want to name it, from IIT Madras? Do you know who is very popular in machine learning, and his lectures are very popular, which are also available on YouTube? Yes. So Mitesh Khapra is one of the very popular, right, professor. So you can prefer his lectures. His lectures are also extremely good. Okay, his lectures are also extremely good. His lectures are also quite good. So you can, for machine learning, either prefer Mitesh Kabra, or you can just prefer both of them. Okay, these are the just free resources, definitely. Which means if you want to opt for Go classes course, that is also fine. If you don't want to opt for the course, if you just want to prepare from the free resources, then you can definitely prefer these playlists. For probability, you can prefer MIT playlist. Okay, this is quite popular playlist. You can definitely prefer this playlist, which is having more than 200 250 videos. This is quite good playlist. You can definitely prefer it. These are the free resources only. Okay, cool. Now we have talked about the common myth. I hope that is clear to everyone, that they do not only ask the project, they heavily focus on the theory. Okay, in interview they heavily focus on the theory. Understood? Okay. So we have talked about the future, in the sense that how this GATE DA preparation is going to help you in your job, right? So if you prepare for GATE DA, it's actually a win-win situation. If you crack it, definitely it's a win situation. Even if you don't crack it, then also you are enabled to get started with your machine learning job directly with GATE DA preparation. Okay. So this preparation is very much powerful. Now, obvious question is that, is this time enough? Do I have enough time? For example, suppose if I start preparing, from 1st of August, do I have enough time for GATE DA? How many months are remaining? See, August, September, October, November, December, and January. So these are the 6 months, I can say. 6 months, exactly 6 months that you have, right? Is this 6 months time enough for GATE DA? Then, interestingly, it is very much enough for GATE DA. For other branches, I cannot comment, because they might be having the longer syllabus. But for GATE DA, the 6 months are very much, good enough time. So for GATE DA, why? Because if you look at the syllabus, see, let me just quickly glance over the syllabus. This syllabus is quite smaller compared to other branches. For example, you can prepare, see, there are 6 7 subjects only. You can prepare these 3 subjects in, let's suppose, 2 months, at most 2 months, right? This particular subject at most 1 month. This subject at most, I'm just sharing you the timeline, which is very much comfortable. Okay, I'm not having very tight timeline also. At most 1 month. This, see, this is 2 3 4, right? This is, I will not say it will take, more than 1.5 months. It means that you can even cover this in 1 month, but still, let me just say 1.5 months. Okay. And AI, if you want, you can just prepare, you can just prepare 2 3 topics from AI, which is logic and A star algorithm, like that. Okay, 2 3 topics only, which is proportional logic and A star algorithm. That will just take you your 10 days. Okay, you can just prepare 1 or 2 topics from that. That will just take you 10 days, because they are just asking, I mean, they've released sample paper also. They are just asking questions from these 2 topics only. They've asked Bayesian net also. This is just one question they've asked in this year gate. But that's fine. I mean, even if you prepare for these 2 topics, then also you will be able to solve half of these questions. Which means, if you prepare all of these subjects, then it will not need more than 6 months. And you definitely have 6 months, right? So time is definitely enough. And this is very flexible timeline, in the sense that I'm not saying that, okay, you have to study day and night, then only you can cover this in 2 months. No, if you prepare, for example, 6 to 7 hours per day, then also very very easily, 6 to 7 hours per day, then also very easily you can cover these in 2 months. Okay, not an issue. Understood. So definitely time is good enough. It's not like that you don't have time. So see, generally the common, how the human psychology works is like that. Most of you guys might be thinking that, okay, this year is already over, we will prepare from next year. How many of you are thinking like that? See, this thinking will ruin your chance of this year for sure. This thinking will ruin your chance of this year for sure. Okay. So that's why I will strongly suggest that don't have this kind of thinking, that I will prepare from the next year. Or maybe some of you might be thinking that, this year I might not be getting under 10 or maybe single digit, but I only require single digit. I'm not settled with double digit. Okay, or I'm not settled with under 200 or 300 rank. So that is why I will prepare from next year. So that's the, that's the one of the, I can say, See, I talked about most common mistake that people do in the next slide, and this is the only common mistake that people are doing. What are the mistake? They're thinking that they will prepare next year. Okay, so this is the most common mistake, that thinking that they will prepare next year, because time is there. Time is definitely there. And suppose by chance you are not even able to cover, let's suppose, one subject, for example, AI, let's suppose you don't cover at all. Okay, then also don't you think that you will be getting top 100 rank? You will definitely be getting top 100 rank if you just do all the subjects, even if you don't do AI. You don't have to be perfect. See, let me just tell you that in gate, on average, if you achieve 70 plus marks, then for sure you are getting under 100 rank, for sure. Okay, I mean, on average, I'm saying, in the sense that maybe there is an year for 70 plus marks, there might not be under 100 rank, but mostly for 70 plus marks, and gate D, I'm talking about it, you will be definitely getting under 100 rank, which means you don't need 100 marks. You don't need 100 marks for 100 rank. Even if you leave 30 marks, even if you don't attempt anything from 30 marks, and you do quite well in the 70 marks, then also you are going to get under 100 rank. Okay. Okay, so this is the most common mistake that people do. So that's why I just like to share this mistake, that don't think that you will prepare from the next year, because time is already enough. Like, you already have 6 months. You can definitely prepare this year. You can definitely grasp your machine learning concept. And as I told you, that even if you don't crack gate examination, then also you are eligible enough to crack interviews, or maybe let's suppose you want to prepare for next year, then also this year preparation will definitely help you for the next year. For example, let me just ask you one scenario. For example, there is a wrestler. Okay, in Hindi we call it, how many of you know Hindi? Like, we call it pehelwan, right? How many of you know? Suppose there is a wrestler. Okay, so if there is a wrestler, then suppose he's preparing for some fight. Okay, he's doing exercise, preparing for some, some event, some game, right? Then at the day of at the D day, at the day of game, suppose he's fighting against someone, and finally, let's suppose this is our pehelwan. Finally, by some chance, let's suppose he loses, right? Suppose he loses. Do you think that all of his hard work, that he has done exercise, he has done, very good muscle building, he has done HNT, he has done whatever is required to win this game, but by chance, suppose he loses at the D day, do you think all of his hard work is going to win? All of his hard work is going to be wasted? Do you think this? No, right? his hard work his hard work is definitely going to be useful for the next fight, isn't it? Or for the next game. So suppose by chance, if you are not even able to crack gate this year, suppose by chance, if you're not even able to crack, don't you think your chances to crack gate D next year will be exponentially increased, because you already know all the things? Don't you think so? Right? So definitely don't think like that. See, this is the common, why this is a common mistake, because people take it for going into comfort zone. People like to, our human mind like to get into the comfort zone. So that is why this is the most common mistake, कि मैं तो next year से ही prepare करूंगा, अभी ठीक है यार, अभी तो अगस्त हो गया, अब next year से ही देखते हैं. नहीं. Okay, you still have time. So that's why I'm just this session has happened at the right time. That's why I'm just appealing you that don't miss this opportunity. You have golden opportunity with you. And let me just tell you, as time will pass, okay, like for example, let's suppose 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, this gate DA will evolve more and more. As time will pass, this gate DA will keep on evolving, and evolving in the sense that competition will keep on increasing. So if you're thinking that after 3 years you will try, or after 2 years you will try, competition might increase. I'm not scaring you, but it might increase, right? So currently people are not much aware about the gate DA, or you can say that there are not enough resources. I mean, there are not enough coaching or not enough resources. So yes, at gate at go classes, we definitely have our full course, right? which means that if you if you go to the Go classes homepage, then you will be finding our full course. So let me just tell you. See, this is what you will be finding in just a second. Yeah. So this is what you will be finding at our homepage, right? So here we definitely have Gate DA course, Gate CSE course. All of them are already available. So if you want, you can definitely enroll. But this session is not to promote. This session is to make you aware about the Gate DA, right? Yes, like if you want to have dedicated preparation, you can definitely join the course, right? But it's not the session about the promotion or something. This is the session about making you aware about Gate DA. You definitely have time. Don't waste it. Don't go into the comfort zone, okay, by making the excuse that okay, time, there is no time, we will prepare for next year. See, I gave you this example, right? I gave you this example of Pahalwan. The reason was that I just want you to make you aware that even by chance you don't crack it, then your chance for cracking Gate D next year will be exponentially increased, like that. It will shoot up. Okay, your chance to improve your life, your chance to get into companies like Amazon, or your chance to get into colleges like IIT Madras, IISc, IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, it will shoot up like hell. So that's why don't make this excuse that ki ha agle saal hi dekhenge. Okay. Okay. So that is all I wanted to talk about in this particular session. Thank you everyone, thank you so much for attending this session. We are almost close to 1 hour. So if you have any doubts, then just let me know, and I will try to answer all of your doubts.
I guess you are mute, Abhishek. Yeah, you're audible now. You are saying something?
Yeah, I'm audible.
Yeah, actually.
If you have any, please raise your hand. We will call your name. So if you have guys any question, then please raise your hand.
Your audio is a bit low, actually, I guess. Okay, so what he's saying, if you have any doubt, just raise your hands and we'll pick you and let you ask the question verbally. Right.
Now is it clear?
Yeah, actually.
Hello. Okay.
Guys, please raise your hands if you have any question.
If
Until
you have
then,
any question, raise your hand.
yeah.
Yeah, Sukuma Raman, please unmute yourself and ask it out.
Give me a second. I'm allowing
Yeah, please
everyone
allow.
to
Please allow.
unmute. Yeah. Now they can unmute themselves. Who is the first person? Sukuna.
Sukuna.
Yeah.
Yeah, please unmute yourself and ask it out, whatever you have.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Sir, I would like to know, like, I'm doing data science from IIT Madras, and sir, I want to know, like, if I, like, it has, like, it can let me be in gate examination, sir. Which branch I can get in, sir?
So Sukuna, you are doing BSc, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you
Data
need to,
science.
yeah, you need to check eligibility. I think BSc people are not eligible for gate. I mean,
Sir,
in the sense
they
that,
are eligible for
It's
gate
a
exam.
four-year degree, sir. So it's a
Yes, sir.
four-year degree.
okay,
So yeah, we can write a GATE exam. That's why we have organized this thing.
okay, sure.
It's a BS degree. As ISC have BS and MS degree in place of BTech. So similar, IITM have a BS degree also in data science. So all the students here are part of IIT Madras BS degree in data science.
Let me once the question is clear. Next week. So answer the question. Like we have one question in Q&A box, and it's a really nice question. I was going to ask in between the session, but I thought it will increase the time. So the question is from Ansh Verma. Is asking, so how do I prepare? How do I properly prepare for GATE DA, ML, and AI? Right. There is no structured playlist on YouTube.
Right, that is true, Ansh. So, see, this examination is also very new, and it's not just question for the Gate D. It is almost, you can say the thing for any other examination, like for Gate CLC also. It is true. For Gate CLC also, like you will not be finding any structured playlist from NPTEL or something which are dedicatedly, there for Gate CSC. So that is there. That is why, like, let me be very honest, then if you really want to prepare for your own, then you have to be smart enough in the sense that you have to pick the things which are needed, you have to unpick the things which are not needed. So you can prefer popular courses like from Andrew NG, you can prefer to do machine learning, you can prefer to do from Mitesh Khapra, Professor Mitesh Khapra from IIT Madras, you can do those kind of courses. But those courses, not very much gate focused, in the sense that they will not ask you to solve many questions, they will not make you prepare just like you should be prepared for gate da. So about the free resources, yes, there is a lack. So yes, I mean, about the free resources, I can definitely say there is a definitely a lack. I mean, at YouTube you will not be finding, you have to be smart enough to pick the things that are needed. And that is a problem. Like, I mean, at your expertise level, in the sense that since you are only doing your bachelor's program, in the sense that you are not a PhD holder, or you have not finished your masters from any masters in machine learning or something. So which means you have limited or very basic, I'm assuming that you have very basic understanding of machine learning, then it will become hard for you to pick the things which are needed. It is the honest answer, honestly. So if you have enough time, let's suppose you have, for example, 1 year with you, then you can do it. But if you, let's suppose, you want to prepare for machine learning very dedicatedly in just 2 months, then and for gate da, then it will be little hard. Okay, if you, let's suppose, 1 year, then obviously for 3-4 months you can explore the things, and then later on you will automatically get to know that what is needed, what is not needed, by attempting the test series or something like that. You will get to know it. But if you have less time, then there is no dedicated playlist at YouTube.
Okay, so there's one anonymous question, and the person is asking. It's a bit different from what we have discussing, but yeah,
Okay.
like we have two questions like this. First one is, what's better to do after UG undergrad in data science, M.Tech or MS?
Okay, that's really a very good question, I would say. Uh, Let me tell you one thing, that suppose, I mean, there are two scenarios. I mean, both has pros and cons. I will just, tell you both of the things, and in just few seconds only. I will not take much of your time. So if you let's suppose do whatever you want to do. Let's suppose you do M.Tech or you do MS. Whatever you want to do. Let's suppose you choose one of the program, and ultimately, let's suppose you want to settle in India, which means you want to do job in India only. So in India, if you're sure that you want to do job in India, right, then for example, let's suppose you are having M.Tech degree from IIT Madras, or you are having M.Tech degree from IISc, or any other top tier one college like ISI Kolkata or like that, right? Then almost every top company in India will prefer you. So which means if you want to do job in India, then doing MS from outside and coming back to India will not give you much advantage, in the sense that they will obviously prefer you. For example, you do your MS from some university, some reputed university, for example, maybe university like University of maybe there are many universities like Berkeley University, for example. You do your PhD, your M.Tech from CMU Berkeley, like that, right? Or maybe even if not that tier one, or maybe little bit lower, you do your masters or MS from University of Minnesota, then also it is good enough. Then they will prefer you. It's not like they will not prefer you, but it is not doing much advantage. That's what I'm saying. I hope you're getting my point, right? So you are doing masters from outside, coming back to India will not give you too much advantage. The reason is very much clear, because any other company which is there in India will prefer, even if you have done M.Tech. So even if you're M.Tech, they will prefer you. So do your MS, doing some advantage to that. So may not be okay, because I was at Amazon and my colleagues were from top universities. Like, you might have heard about one of the university that is very popular in Canada, University of Buffalo. One of my colleagues was from University of Buffalo, and there were many colleagues that were from different universities, and they have finished their masters from foreign universities, right? So they were getting the same pay that I was getting. So which means that doing MS from outside coming back to India might not give you much advantage. Now let's just take the other way around, which means let's suppose you have done your MS from outside, and then you want to settle outside. Okay, you don't want to come to India. If you want to come to India, then it is as good as M.Tech. Like, I mean, in the short run, in the sense, in the long run, if you, let's suppose, you want to go to foreign again, then it may be a little bit useful because you already have the foreign exposure. So MS will give you the foreign exposure for sure. So suppose you choose to settle outside India, then as per me, as per my thought process goes, then MS might be useful because it will already give you the good exposure. So you can directly get job there after doing the MS. You can you can start your job in any other foreign university, any other foreign place, right? So that's why MS is useful if you want to settle outside in the short run. If you just want to, if you're sure that you will do job in India, then maybe MS and M.Tech are equivalent as per me.
Okay, so I
Okay.
guess we are like almost 8:05 now, and
Yes.
we're really sorry we were not able to pick your questions. We have to wind up the session now. Yeah, Abhishek, now you can continue.
Now I'm audible. Hello. My voice is clear.
Yes. Yes.
If possible, a bit louder, if possible.
Okay, I will try. Okay, sure, I will try. Thank you, Sachin sir, for joining us and sharing your invaluable insights on machine learning. To all
Thank you
our
so much, Abhishek.
participants, thank you all for being here. Remember, the path of success is paved with continuous learning and determination. Keep persevering towards your goal, and perhaps one day you will celebrate your remarkable achievements in your academics and professional journey. Once again, a big thank you to our Mr. Sachin Mittal sir, and thank you all for being a part of the session, and have a great evening. Goodbye, everyone. See you in next session. And thank you
Thank
so
you,
much
Abhishek.
for
Thank you, Mannu.
accepting our invitation and coming here to deliver such awesome talk on machine learning. It clears all. I hope it clears all the doubts of students, whatever they have regarding either a GATE exam in data science or they have any doubt in machine learning.
Thank
If
you
you
so much,
have
Abhishek. Yeah.
if you have guys any other question, you can DM me. I will try to ask you, sir, if possible. Then I will share with the answer to you. If you have any other question, thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much,
Uh,
Abhishek. Thank you so much, Mannu, for having me. So, if you guys have any doubt, all of you, then you can just message me on the LinkedIn also. Okay. You can just contact me on the LinkedIn. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
okay, so all the participants, if you have any more questions regarding Gate or anything, you can just like see the Saturday session. We like covered a lot of questions in that session as well.
Your voice is breaking, Manu.
Okay, okay, okay. I'm really
Yeah,
sorry.
No, it was fine, Abhishek. Actually, your connection might be a little bit fluctuating, so that's why you might have heard that was good for you.
Okay.
Okay.
So the see the pinned messages, right? You will get socials of like Sundarbans. Just try to like explore the things, and you will get again social media links of Sachin sir.